On this day in Mickey Mouse history, a taller mouse crashed Mickey and Minnie's picnic back in Mickey's Rival in 1936. When Mickey and Minnie were preparing for the picnic, a tall mouse drove by in a sports car. That mouse was Mortimer, one of Minnie's old friends. After flirting with Minnie, Mortimer poked fun at Mickey, leaving him frustrated and jealous. Mortimer ended up joining their picnic, and while they were eating, he spotted a bull in a pen and chose to fight the bull to impress Minnie. When Minnie applauded Mortimer, Mickey's jealousy intensified, and he went to sit with his car. The bullfighting attempt backfired when Mortimer noticed that the pen's gate was open. Mortimer fled back to his car and left Minnie behind with the bull. Mickey noticed Minnie was in trouble and immediately jumped into action. After some very close calls with the bull, Mickey's car came to the rescue. Using its red flashing taillight, Mickey's car distracted the bull, rescued Mickey and Minnie, and escaped the area. By the end of the short, Mickey and Minnie both agreed that Mortimer just a fool. Interestingly, Mortimer was going to be the original moniker for Mickey, but after Walt Disney's wife Lillian disapproved of the name, Walt changed his name to Mickey. Now you know. On this day in Mickey Mouse history, a taller mouse crashed Mickey and Minnie's picnic back in Mickey's Rival in 1936. When Mickey and Minnie were preparing for the picnic, a tall mouse drove by in a sports car. That mouse was Mortimer, one of Minnie's old friends. After flirting with Minnie, Mortimer poked fun at Mickey, leaving him frustrated and jealous. Epic new details on Epic Mickey Rebrushed. So back in February, Disney announced that they were remastering the popular 2010 video game Epic Mickey, originally launched on the Nintendo Wii for modern gaming platforms. And just recently, we got some amazing new details on the remastered edition. First off, we're getting a collector's edition for the game. The collector's edition will include the game itself, on this day in Mickey Mouse history, Mickey and his friends start in a series of various adventures in Mickey Mouse. No, not Mickey as a character, but the series from 2013 produced by Paul Rudish, who previously worked on Cartoon Network shows like Samurai Jack and Dexter's Laboratory. Paul's goal with the series was to bring Mickey and his friends back to the slapstick feel of the classic Disney cartoons, and he achieved this by putting Mickey in humorous scenarios showcased his bravery, mischievous, and kind-hearted character. Paul designed the characters in the series by blending a modern and classic look with his own style. For example, Mickey has his classic face from 1929 with pie eyes and a slimmer body, but still retains his classic gloves, red shorts, and yellow shoes. Additionally, Mickey was voiced by Chris Diamantopoulos instead of Brett Iwan, as Chris's voice sounded closer to Walt Disney's.
Otto, behave yourself! Hey, give me your shirt!
The original short series ended in 2019, just a week before the unfortunate passing of Rusty Taylor, but the show was later succeeded by The Wonderful World of Mickey Mouse, which premiered on Disney Plus in 2020 and ended just last year. And now you know
What happened?
on this day, Mickey is starring in a brand new RPG. Disney has announced a new partnership with Japanese developer-publisher Gung Ho Online Entertainment to create a free-to-play 8-bit mobile game called Disney Pixel RPG. In this game, players will assist their beloved Disney characters in restoring order across different game worlds. The plot involves the worlds of Disney characters being threatened by unusual programs causing the worlds to break down and merge. Some confirmed characters include Baymax from Big Hero 6, Ariel from The Little Mermaid, Stitch from Lilo and Stitch, Maleficent and Aurora from Sleeping Beauty, Winnie the Pooh, Genie from Aladdin, and most importantly, my favorite, Mickey Mouse. The game's website teases that there will be fast-paced strategic battles One year ago, on this day in Mickey Mouse history, Mickey, Minnie, Donald, and Goofy traveled to the mysterious island of Monoth in Disney Illusion Island. The game was developed by Delilah Studios and was released exclusively on Nintendo Switch. The gang traveled to Monoth expecting a picnic, but instead, they found a giant bookcase and met Toku, who according to one of my sources, Tokupedia, is a super nice guy and definitely did not write this. He is also the respected and beloved leader of the Hokins and is a highly skilled trombone player. And that sounds reliable enough. It's not like Tokupedia was created by Toku. Toku tricked them with a picnic to seek help recovering the Tomes of Knowledge, which are claimed to help protect the island. Once Mickey and his pals agree to help, their journey begins. Throughout the game, you get to solve puzzles, unlock abilities, and face boss battles. Additionally, you'll receive assistance from new friends like Jido and Mazzy. You can also explore concealed areas to collect limits, tokens, D23 was epic. Although I couldn't attend this year, a fantastic day. On Sunday, I went to Fan Expo and met 3 voice actors whom I dearly admire: Rob Paulsen, Maurice LaMarche, and Jim Cummings. They were super kind. I talked to them about their roles as Mickey's pals. With Jim, I discussed Pete in the clip that went viral on Twitter earlier this year. The funny thing was that he wasn't aware of it, so his wife searched it up and they got a good laugh out of it. I talked to Maurice about Mortimer and how he learned to voice him by listening to Mickey's Rival, and then with Rob, we talked about Toodles, and I asked him one of the most asked questions about Mickey Mouse Clubhouse Plus, being if he was returning, and he said, "I don't know." Sometimes they'll ask me, you just never know, but I hope so. That probably indicates Toodles won't have his face for the first season, but we still have a chance. Additionally, I gave all of them a card to check out my YouTube channel. So Rob, Maurice, or Jim, if you guys are watching this, I just want to say that I had a blast meeting you guys, and I would love to meet and talk to you guys again soon, in person or online. You guys made that day a fantastic day. On Sunday, I went to Fan Expo. Donald just guest starred on Hot Ones. To continue his 90th birthday celebration, Daisy challenged Donald to prove that he could handle the heat on Hot Ones by trying a special set of Disney-themed sauces over some cauliflower wings. During the show, host Sean Evans asked Donald questions about his 90-year history. By the end of the episode, Donald loses his cool, both figuratively and literally, as he was unable to handle the heat of the sauces. This led to him being dragged off the show by guess who? Mickey, who was waiting in the wings for support. The animation for this episode was created by the incredible On this day in Mickey Mouse history, the first Disney song was heard in the 1929 cartoon. Mickey's Follies. In that cartoon, Mickey and his barnyard friends put on a vaudeville show with various acts, including dancing ducks, a fight scene between the chicken and a rooster, and an opera performance by Patricia Pegg. However, the highlight of the show was Mickey's own performance, where he sang his theme song praising his true love,
Minnie. This song would later be known as Minnie's Yoo-Hoo and became the official theme song of the 1930s Mickey Mouse Club. The song even had its own exclusive film shown at those meetings, using most of the animation from Mickey's Follies. Minnie's Yoo-Hoo was written and composed by Carl Stalling. It remains a very important piece of not only Mickey's history, but Disney's history too. And now you know. On this day in Mickey Mouse history, the first Disney song was heard in the 1929 cartoon, Mickey's Follies. In that cartoon, Mickey and his barnyard friends put on a vaudeville show with various acts including dancing ducks, a fight scene between the chicken and a rooster, and an opera performance by Patricia Pegg. However, the highlight of the show was Mickey's own performance, where he sang his theme song praising his true love, Minnie. This song would later be known as Minnie's Yoo-Hoo and became the official theme song of the 1930s Mickey Mouse Club. The song even had its own exclusive film shown at those meetings, using most of the animation from Mickey's Follies. Minnie's Yoo-Hoo was written and composed by Carl Stalling. It remains a very important piece of not only Mickey's history, but Disney's history too. And now you know. On this day in Mickey Mouse history, the first Disney song was heard in the 1929 cartoon, Mickey's Follies. In that cartoon, Mickey and his barnyard friends put on